Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to the third episode of the Juventus career mode in FIFA 19. And as you can tell from the title, as you can see from the screen and the background, we are about to play our very first Champions League game in career mode. Now, as you can see, I do have an away game against Victoria Plzen. And look, I'll be honest, the Champions League is the highest club competition in the world. I'm keen to play a game in it, but and I will play a game in it in this episode, but I didn't really know if I wanted Victoria Plzen away to be the game that got me kicked off, so I decided to simulate it, and we ended up only picking up a draw, which I guess it was an away game. I guess, we'll take that, but a draw maybe not the best start, but I just, for the sake of, wanting to start off with a big game in the Champions League, I decided to give that one a miss, but the next one, trust me, is going to be a big one, so that'll be a much better start to things. We do have another game in Serie A that I'm going to simulate. Again, another away game, but we got the penalty there. We scored, and then they got a penalty. They scored. 1-1 draw. I tell you what, it's two results now where really we should have gotten a win from at least one of them. We continue on with player training. Emre Can, who I'm giving jewels to, is getting up to a pretty good rating, and you'll definitely see him hopefully become a much more capable player and a lot better for me off the bench. I feel like my central midfield is set. And then one more, yes, I know I've simulated a lot of games, but we'll get this one out of the way really quick against Bologna. I'm just advancing ahead to this game here against Napoli, which is a huge one because if you look at the table, we are tied at the moment on points, and the only reason we're above them is because of goal difference. And so, this was the big game in Serie A, and I think Napoli were not just going to be, up the top with us for the beginning of the season and then eventually tail off. No, I expected Napoli to be right up there and to be one of our biggest threats in Serie A. So taking a point, or not just taking a point, sorry. I mean, I completely forgot we were the home team for a second. No, it's trying to get the win against these guys. It'd be a massive 6-pointer, a top of the table clash, and hopefully with our own fans, in our own stadium, we might be able to do it, but Matuidi gets a golden opportunity, and I'm going to put that down to still learning some of the shooting mechanics, and the angles this year definitely feel maybe not off, but just a little different as we play it back to Matteo Perin, and oh my god, I go for the wrong player! I totally passed to the wrong player there. I was trying to go to my fullback, it ended up going to one of my centre-backs, and thankfully Lorenzo Insigne first time struck it and put it wide, which could have ended in disaster. As Dybala, we look to move it in. They try to clear it. They make a mistake. Goes right back to Dybala. Then we shoot with Matuidi, and it's blocked again by Dybala. So far, it's like there should have been at least or a goal for both sides here, but I haven't made it happen. Dybala gets another chance, or Ronaldo, should I say, gets a chance from the header. He puts it wide. I've had so many opportunities, yet still haven't managed to find the net. Now, we get another chance on the spin. Dybala again, or Ronaldo again. I'm having a shocker. How do I keep mixing Dybala and Ronaldo up? I have no idea, but I swear, how did we not score in that first half? I'm astonished. Ronaldo had a couple of golden opportunities, put them both wide, and yeah, it's just no good. Perin, thankfully, is able to make a save there, dealt with it. We're getting a little deeper into the second half now as we're making a move. A very nice cross turn from Dybala just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and I thought I did enough to create some space there, but still wasn't able to get it. Then the cross in again. Great header, hitting the post this time. Are you serious? When are we going to hit the back of the net? Is it even going to happen? We're at the hour mark. Feels like we've had about double-digit chances. Another header, another one going wide. This time we've got Matuidi on the ball, Salah, Ronaldo, back out to Salah, crosses for Ronaldo, and again, it's not happening. It is not happening. Would have been a golden chance and an amazing goal to win the game at the death, but he couldn't keep his scissor kick down. It's not really a bicycle kick, that one, that's a scissor kick. And then, in the 90th, Mertens goes through, and thankfully the shot is saved by Perin. Had they scored there, it would have been an absolute disaster, because we'd really, for the majority of the game, been all over Napoli, but could not score past them. And it's going to end in a 0-0 draw. No idea. No idea how I didn't score. No idea how even, to be fair, Napoli, because they probably could have had a chance to have hit the back of the net as well. But it's going to end in a 0-0 draw in Serie A. And it's one of the first games that I've played, or maybe even the first game that I've played where I've actually failed to score. So disappointing, but either way, we'll continue on. Still plenty more games left to go in the Serie A season. We simulate ahead, again, continuing on with the exact same drills. No one really going up in overall or in stats, to be fair, but this was the game I wanted to get things started off with in the Champions League. It was a game at home again against Tottenham. But before we got into it, something that I hadn't really done yet was start up my youth academy. And yes, I know that it's only going to be a one-season career mode this until we get on with the main proper career mode, but I still wanted to try out the youth academy to see if there've been any big changes and what really we can do with it. I didn't have an awful lot of cash remaining, so I ended up just going for some nicely rated scouts, not superstars or anything, but you'll see a few of these like 3-star, 2-star, 4-star scouts, and we ended up getting a pretty decent Croatian scout, an Italian scout, and a German scout, and I basically just sent them out to their home nations to try to find whoever they could, essentially, just for 9 months, and just scouted any type of player, and hopefully we might be able to come up with some decent ones. We'll see how overpowered it is, and we'll take a look at Youth Academy over the next couple of games to see, or the next couple of months to see what it's like. But this was the game in the Champions League that I wanted to get things kicked off with. Juventus versus Tottenham at home. It's finally here, boys. The Champions League is in career mode. Oh, how good is that anthem? Juventus versus Spurs at the Allianz Stadium as they're going to walk out. The Champions League anthem bearing, all the graphics, all of it. The ball looks fantastic in the game. The team, the entire atmosphere of the ground looks fantastic. And this is it. Like I said, I'm only doing one season with Juventus. I've put a really good team together, made some big signings, Kyle Walker, Mo Salah. I want to go for it all. I want to try to win the Champions League. I want to try to win the Serie A, the League Cup, all of it. The treble. I told you, boys, I'm going for it all. And this, again, for anyone that hasn't or wants to take a look at the team, Spurs, we're going to play a relatively familiar side with some nice players on the bench like Dele Alli, Moussa Dembele as well. But it was their very typical. It's not too different a starting 11 at all, and we got this game underway. Hopefully we might be able to hit the back of the net in this one as well, as Mo Salah is going to go on through to maybe try to get inside of the defender, but Davies actually recovers well or tracks with him nicely, and Tottenham are working their way up the middle. Lucas finding Heung-min Son, and at the near post, fired that one so hard, and unfortunately Matai Perin couldn't get anything on it, came in off of the crossbar, and they ended up taking the lead in this Champions League game, and it's just not the start that we wanted though, is it? I'm yet to lose a game in this career mode so far. I think either simulated or played, so if we ended up getting it now, that would not be good. But thankfully, we still had a little over an hour left to go in this game, so there's plenty of time to come back. As we do approach the end of the first half, I was looking for that one goal to tie me up to equalise it, and this surely had to be the moment with Pjanic, but I ended up just taking a touch instead of shooting first time. I wanted to settle, but maybe that wasn't the right option as we got closed down. Maybe we might get another chance as Salah whips in a cross, and it looked like it might have gotten over the back of the defender, but not quite. And there you go then. It is going to be 1-0 as we go into half-time. They do make a substitution, Wanyama coming off, and I believe it was Eric Dyer that I believe he started because, Eric Dyer has actually gone straight up the middle, and we gave the ball over poorly. We got tackled in the middle of the park, and that just went straight up the middle. I'm not so happy with Chiellini's attempt to put off Eric Dyer there. He's all over him, but it looks like he just passes it into the back of the net almost under absolutely no duress whatsoever. It's just, I'm disappointed with that. I was hoping that Chiellini would get the inside shoulder, but maybe we might get a chance here as another save made by Hugo Lloris. 2-0 down, only a little over half an hour to go, and things were not looking good. I couldn't get forward either. I've got Douglas Costa in an offside position as well, and I'm just not playing too well. I'm making poor turnovers like that, but it's a big block by Matuidi. If he didn't make that, it's 3-0 and it is game over. And I tell you what, a huge block maybe could be a bit of a momentum shifter because we're still going forward here. Matuidi, who made the block, kept running hard. Mo Salah's going to get his chance, and it's another save by Hugo Lloris. Oh, that drink-driving bastard. He sobered up to make a big one there, but he couldn't stop Dybala, as finally we find a way in through in this episode and in this game. The fake shot, it always works out so well. And the outside of the boot finish, and you're going to get an angle of it here that looks like he hits this with a little bit of sass, doesn't he? How about that? But just gets it by Lloris. But now we have a chance of maybe taking something from this game. Big save from Perrin again at the near post. They had their chance. Davies came off. Dele Alli at the back post. Another big save from Perrin. He's doing all he can. I've got respect for that, but to be fair, I mean, they just had too much of the ball toward the end of it. And I'm going to be honest. I was trying legendary difficulty, I've finally come up against a real big side, one of the toughest teams so far, and we just we couldn't quite get it done. I wasn't very prolific on the day. I was letting them through. They were getting plenty of chances, and you know what? Can't argue with the result. Tottenham take the 3 points off Juventus away, and that's not the result that we wanted. So now we're only on a point after our first 2 Champions League games. Definitely not the start that we wanted, but thankfully there's still 4 more games left in the group. Plenty of time to bounce back. And you know what? It's okay. It's our first loss. It was always going to come, but we've got it out of the way now. Good. Let's focus. Let's get better. The next episode of the Juventus Career Mode will be coming very soon. And until that one, guys, don't forget to like and especially subscribe if you are new to the channel, because there's still plenty more Juventus Career Mode videos coming soon and plenty more Career Mode videos in general. Till next time, my name's MasterBucks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one.